Good to see you back. So far we've covered mind reads, loss performatives, cause and effect, complex equivalence, presuppositions, universal quantifiers, modal operators, normalizations, and unspecified verbs. In this last session we look at simple deletions. So there are a number of types of deletions. We're going to look at 3 of those categories to give you the idea how they work. We start with simple deletions. So there is a deletion when we sense that some information is missing from the statement. The way to check is by attempting to build a clear representation in the cinema of your mind. So start by asking yourself, what is missing from this statement? Then ask questions like about what or about whom? What do you mean by that? What specifically? So we start with the example, I am not comfortable with this. We challenge the simple deletion by asking not comfortable about what? And the answer that we get could be about giving the weight of my credit card. In our next example, the speaker says, that guy is an idiot. We could treat it as a lost performative, but it would not give us any useful information. Better to find out why the person holds that opinion. So we could ask, what do you mean by an idiot? Or we could accept the presupposition and ask, why is he an idiot? And the answer could be, I saw a video on YouTube where 2 guys, they were clambering up buildings, running across rooftops, and at one point the man jumped from the rooftop of one building to a window ledge on the other side of the street, and then he realized he was 15 feet above the ground. And another example, you just don't understand. We could challenge that statement by saying, what specifically don't I understand? And the answer could be that some people are motivated by the thrill of jumping into the unknown. And another example, we are getting closer. When you hear statements like that, your brain should realize that something is missing. So we ask, getting closer to where? And the answer could be closer to completing this meta-model training program. You can also use a simple deletion to influence another person. So you might say, this is so awesome. You are so cool. You have what it takes. I think we should do it. This product will give you just what you need. That's great, you're getting there. So now we move on to unspecified referential index. So an unspecified referential index is where the phrase fails to specify a person or a thing. For example, words like it, she, he, they, we, us, you, one, someone, and generalizations which refer to a group like Australians, the British, the man in the street, people, Christians, politicians, journalists. So gather more information by asking who or what specifically. So we start with the example. They say that you need to drink 2 litres of water every day. We challenge that statement by asking who specifically says that you need to drink 2 litres of water every day. And the answer that we get could be, I heard it from my taxi driver. In our next example, the speaker says, it is not going to happen. We could reply by saying, what specifically is not going to happen? And the answer could be, me coming to Hong Kong in October. And another example, politicians just can't be trusted. We could challenge that statement by saying, which politicians specifically can't be trusted? And the answer could be, it seems like most politicians say one thing before the election, then do something totally different once they get elected. Another example, do you believe that women deserve to be hit? We could start by challenging women as being unspecified and ask which women specifically. We could also treat it as a simple deletion and ask in what context. We could also go after hit as being an unspecified verb and ask hit how specifically. There could also be a presupposition in that the question presupposes that the one doing the hitting is a man. So we might ask, well, who is hitting whom? And then there's an advertisement that I saw at a hardware store. In huge letters, it said, carpet any room, any size, one price. And in smaller letters, the word from, followed by $450 in big letters. And then a tiny asterisk, conditions apply. So as soon as you see that any room, any size, one price, your brain should tell you that something is missing and that you should look to the conditions that apply to help you fill in the missing information from a deceptive advertisement. You can use a lack of referential index to influence another person, which is what the previous example was attempting to do. And here we have some more examples. Your customers will love this new product. Your friends will love the meta model. And as they say back in my homeland, as soon as you taste sashimi, you will just want to eat some every day. You will love it. People will come out in droves to watch this concert. Women love this perfume. It is going to work. All right, so moving on to comparative deletions. A comparative deletion is where there is a comparison involving a greater or lesser value in which what is being compared is not specified, as in words ending in ER and EST. So you get better, best, less, least, worst, more, bigger, lighter, smaller, very, even. So you recover the comparative deletion by asking questions like better than, who or what specifically, compared to whom or what specifically. So we start with the example, she is really good. We challenge the comparative deletion by asking compared to whom. Or we could treat it as a simple deletion and ask, she is really good at what? In our next example, the speaker says, do you believe in equality? We could reply by saying, equality about what? What type of equality? In what context? And the answer could be between men and women in the workplace. Before you could give a definitive answer, you would need to determine precisely what the speaker has in mind. And another example, you can do better than that. We could challenge that statement by saying, can do better than what specifically? And the answer could be better than $2,000 per week. And another example, it is going to be a lot easier visiting Thailand. To gather information, we might ask, visiting Thailand is going to be easier compared to what place or activity specifically? And the reply could be, it is going to be easier than sitting at my desk writing these meta model examples. And another example, it will be the least that they can do. We might ask, what specifically are you referring to? The reply could be, teaching the meta model at high school. You can use a comparative deletion to influence another person. Right, so even though this car has a smaller engine, it has a lighter body, which means the power to weight ratio is the best in this class of vehicle. The more that you learn the meta model, the more that you will find yourself wanting to practice it. And the more that you practice the meta model, the better you will get on with your parents, your friends, and your teachers. So that's it. Congratulations. You made it through the basic meta model. So what next? Practice, practice, and practice some more. Buy a copy of Michael Hall's book, Communication Magic, and learn the extended version. Comment on the meta model memes that I post on Facebook and get your friends involved. and 10 years from now, send me an email and tell me that learning the meta model transformed your life. In practical terms, look for meta model violations in articles on the internet and in the print media. Listen for meta model violations in people's speech, and at every opportunity, ask a meta model question. With practice, you will discover that different questions will get you different information. Some of the information may or not be useful, but over time, you will find yourself choosing your words to have the most impact upon the listener. The world needs good communicators, and remember, good communication is not so much about what to say, but how to listen, all right? And how to choose your words and structure your communication so that you can move the conversation in a positive direction. If you have not done so, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the videos and share them with your friends, and feel free to friend me on Facebook so that we can team up and bring about some serious positive change in the world. Talk to you soon.